Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today, we're taking a close look at Urgently, ticker ULY. You sent us some interesting materials, a due diligence report from late April 2025, a stock analysis from around then too, and a recent news update, our mission, to really sort of unpack what's going on with this company using this data.
Okay, let's set the scene a bit. Urgently, they run this digital platform for roadside assistance.
Okay.
Connecting drivers with tow trucks, tire changes, that kind of thing. They really talk up their AI dispatch and partnerships with insurers and automakers, positioning themselves as like the tech-forward choice in a pretty big market. We've got financials, recent stuff like that reverse stock split, new contract, and some analyst thoughts. So where do we start?
Let's maybe start with the financials. That due diligence report, it paints a picture. Q4 2024 revenue, $32 million. That's a 29% drop year over year. And full year 2024 revenue, well, it wasn't explicitly stated, just called in line with expectations. That kind of suggests maybe some recent growth headwinds. What could be behind that drop?
That's a good question. Could be a few things, right? Competition heating up, maybe changes in major contracts, or just the broader economy affecting demand. Hard to say for sure without more detail, but yeah, a 29% drop definitely catches your eye. And related to that, we don't see EPS or a PE ratio for them specifically in these docs, but the report does mention the industry average PE for automotive aftermarket services is like 15 to 20 times forward earnings. On a brighter note, maybe their debt situation seemed to get a boost in February 2025. They got a new $20 million credit facility.
And free cash flow isn't mentioned, but it does say their GAAP operating loss went down by 41% for the full year 2024. Still a loss, obviously, but a smaller loss. That does hint at maybe some stabilization. Is a shrinking loss enough to get excited about yet?
Well, it's definitely better than a growing loss, right? It suggests they're getting a better handle on costs or maybe finding some efficiencies. But, investors are ultimately looking for profit, not just smaller losses. Its significance really depends on how much cash they have left and when they think they can actually get into the black. Looking at their market, though, Urgently plays in this big U.S. roadside assistance space, over $10 billion, they estimate. Their whole angle seemed to be using their tech, that digital platform, and white label solutions to get an edge, trying to be the smarter, faster option.
And it seems they are keeping some clients, mentions of recent customer renewals, plus the whole industry moving towards connected mobility. That feels like it should help a tech company like them. But there are risks mentioned too, like relying on third-party providers and margin pressure from wage inflation. How serious are those?
Well, definitely serious concerns. Relying on others means less control over service quality and costs. And wage inflation, well, that's hitting everyone. For a service business, it can really bite into margins if you can't pass it on or get way more efficient. Which brings us to management. CEO Matt Booth is apparently focused on profitability, and they reported an 18% cut in non-GAAP operating loss and better gross margins in 2024, so maybe some progress there. And the CFO got that new financing done, which was important.
There was also that risk mentioned, depending too much on just a few big customers. That's always a bit nerve-wracking, customer concentration. Okay, shifting to valuation, no price-to-book ratio, probably because of that recent reverse split messing with the numbers. No dividends, which is pretty standard for a company like this. And given the market cap estimates, we saw one report said maybe $50 to $100 million. The stock's beta is likely pretty high, meaning volatile. Key risks again, that customer dependency, actually scaling up operations smoothly, and making sure they stick to the rules of their new debt deal, those covenants.
Exactly. Those debt covenants are crucial. You don't want to breach those. Now, looking to the stock itself, the analysis points out a huge 52-week range, like $3 to $32. That screams volatility, probably tied into all the restructuring and uncertainty. Current price is hovering around $4.71 according to this snapshot. Yeah. And that big event, the 1-for-X reverse stock split on March 18, 2025, that was explicitly done to get back over the Nasdaq minimum bid price. So they were facing delisting pressure. We also saw the debt refinancing news around February, March, getting their financial house in order or trying to.
But looking closer at financial health, the stock analysis raises some, well, pretty serious red flags.
Yeah.
Net losses over $44 million in the last 12 months. Ouch. And this is really weird, the market cap discrepancy. You mentioned $50, $100 million from one source. The stock analysis pegs it at just $5.66 million. That's wildly different. What gives there? How does that change things?
Yeah, that's a massive difference. And honestly, a bit concerning. Could be timing. The reports are from slightly different dates, and the market could have moved drastically, or just different data sources or methodologies. But a $5-6 million market cap versus $50-100 million, that significantly changes the risk perception. A much smaller cap usually means even higher risk, potentially less institutional interest, maybe lower liquidity, and the analysis does note low trading volume, which fits with a potentially smaller, riskier profile. Makes it harder to trade without impacting the price.
Okay, so lots of caution signs. But strangely, there's a strong buy analyst consensus mentioned, with a $12 price target. Though they do rightly add the caveat that it's based on very limited analyst coverage, so, take that with a grain of salt. Looking ahead, the big date seems to be their Q1 2025 earnings call on May 13th, plus some investor conferences later in May.
And don't forget that piece of recent good news, they announced a new multi-year contract. It's with an on-demand towing company, expected to boost volumes and revenue across the U.S. and Canada. That could be a really significant win if it plays out as expected, a potential growth driver.
Right, and just remembering the context for that reverse split, it wasn't just a random thing. It was a direct move to fix that Nasdaq compliance issue. Shows they were up against a wall there and took action.
So, pulling it all together, the key questions for you, the listener, really come down to a few things. That May 13th earnings call is critical. You want to hear about cost control. Can they show a clearer path to actually making money, especially with this new contract? And going forward, you want to watch metrics like customer acquisition costs versus lifetime value. Is the growth sustainable? Also, how does that reverse split ultimately affect investor sentiment and how easily the stock trades? That's something to monitor.
So yeah, to wrap it up for you, urgently is, well, it's a real mix. You've got this interesting tech platform, seems like a market moving their way, and a potentially big new contract just announced. That's the potential upside. But you also have clear financial challenges, significant recent losses, that need for the reverse split to stay listed. That's the risk side. The next few weeks with the earnings call and conferences could be really telling. It just underlines the whole challenge of investing in these kinds of high growth potential, but currently unprofitable tech stories. It's a balancing act, requires careful thought about both sides.
Absolutely. We hope this discussion has given you a clearer picture of urgently. But please always remember to do your own thorough research before making any investment decisions. This isn't advice, just analysis. If you found this useful, please do subscribe, maybe give us a like and leave a comment. Let us know what other companies or topics you'd like us to tackle next time.